Studio. Thank you, Dr. Barghouti, for joining us. Mr. Horowitz, thank you as well. I'm sorry we kept you waiting with our coverage today, this vast coverage of this attack in Jerusalem today. You were there taking care of those injured. Describe the scene for us when you arrived.
Well, today's attack is no different than any other terrorist attack in any other capital city in the world. It was an awful scene. It was a scene of utter chaos, screaming, yelling, fear, trauma. And United Hatzalah, the organization that I work for, has over 3,000 first responders. The unit that I work for in particular is a trauma and crisis response unit. Our team was there within 3 minutes after the attack, along with doctors, medics, and other first responders. And we saw a scene with many soldiers who were in panic, in fear, and concerned about their friends who were murdered, literally right before their eyes. I spoke with soldiers who had lost friends, soldiers who had actually participated in trying to prevent any further terror from happening today. And unfortunately, it keeps happening. But as long as we are being attacked, more and more people are becoming aware of the need to respond to the psychological trauma that not only people who are physically injured suffer, but also other people, family members, bystanders, and we treat them as well.
And just an update we're getting right now, the Security Cabinet, we just begun to discuss this, has decided to destroy the home of the attacker of today's attack in Jerusalem, where 4 IDF soldiers were murdered, and all Islamic State supporters in Israel will be detained. But that aside, what kind of treatment did you feel today was necessary? Most of all, this must be something extremely difficult to treat or even begin to touch on, young men and women seeing their friends murdered in front of their eyes. Where do you even begin?
So we begin with psychological first aid, which is a protocol set by the World Health Organization. And all of the techniques and all of the emergency stabilization that we do is really intended to treat people only on the scene. We help to regulate breathing, we help to regulate emotional stability, and once we could bring somebody a little bit more focused on the present, move them away from what they just experienced and help them calm down, and of course direct them towards further treatment if they would ever need treatment in the future, and connect them to other resources. Thankfully, there are many resources and many different organizations in this country to help both terror victims and bystanders of terror attacks.
Yes, certainly one of the worst attacks we've seen in Jerusalem. Member of Parliament Haskell, maybe you'd like to respond to that Security Cabinet decision, destroying the home of the attacker today?